Well, I got a box from China, and you might be a little surprised at what we will find in here. Now, if you're thinking this is a Pandora's box AliExpress special, well, you're probably right. But let's wait and see how this one turns out. Now, you do get a controller in this, which is probably subpar, and then obviously power adapter, a bunch of useless screwdrivers and extra buttons. And here's a goodie, you get instructions, user manual. This is great, but everything on this user manual, I don't have that one. The one I got in this box is a little different, but that's okay. They'll give me additional instructions, I'm sure, with the unit I have. Oh, there they are. Oh, wait, it's in Chinese. I guess they didn't get the memo. I don't know how to read Chinese, so we'll do the best we can with this. Now, as we pull it out of the box, man, this thing is heavy. It's actually 10 pounds. It's built like a tank, actually. This is a portable device, but not included are rechargeable lithium batteries. You're going to need to purchase those on your own, say from Amazon. But let me tell you, I could barely get these things into the compartment. I had to force them down with all my might. Now, the good thing is the charger does recharge these batteries, and there is a power indicator there so you can see how charged your batteries are. All right, let's open this thing up and take a look at it. Now, it does have a 14-inch 16:9 display, and I believe the joysticks and buttons are Baolin. I did confirm Baolin buttons, so I thought they'd have the sticks as well. That right there was your video board controller board. That's your battery pack for your lithium batteries, then your video converter board, and then obviously your Pandora's box right there. All right, taking a look at the top, there's your power button. You have a coin button. You have a pause button and a stare button. A stare button. Oh, start button. Okay. There's your menu for your video controller board. It has all the standard options, and then you navigate up, down in those menus with those buttons right there. Just a standard horizontal position screen. You can do red, green, blue, vertical control, and some image adjustments. Now, this button right here is a one-touch aspect ratio change. You can go from 16:9 to 4:3 with the touch of a button. Check this out here. As I hit the button, it just shrinks it to 4:3, and you can go back and forth. We are definitely going to talk about the aspect ratio a little more later in this video. There's an auto adjust button and then a display power. That just turns the monitor off and on while the game's still running. So we'll take off all the foil here, the protective plastic wrap, and then we'll screw on the joystick. Now this joystick doesn't really screw on tight because you want to be able to take it off and on when you close the thing. So I do understand the design choice, and you can always hold the base and kind of tighten it a little more if you want to. Just know you'll have to unscrew it at some point to close it. Taking a look at the side of the unit, there's your Ethernet port, and then that's where you plug in the power right there. On the other side of the unit, you will have two USB Type A's right there. Then you will have your micro SD card. You will then see a button, which is actually a settings button or an options button. We'll get into that in a little bit. HDMI out, VGA, another Type A USB port, 3.5 millimeter, and then a volume up and down. Now, I'll boot it up right now, let you take a look at the boot sequence. And yes, it does stutter like that. And then it enters this screen and then goes into your games list. Now, we talked about that button on the side. Here are the settings. I'll give you my best interpretation, but I don't know many of these. The USB game position I just left on auto. IO test, that's just an input-output test. Game input mapping, I didn't even mess with that. I got stuck in there, so I just left it alone. Now, game list setting. This is where you're going to hide the games from the game list menu, or you can delete and get rid of games. Now, I deleted Tekken 2 and 3 on accident. I'm going to show you here how to get them back. You'd go to your game market, and then you could go to search, and you could just type in Tekken, and then you'll see Tekken 2 and 3 there, and I will have to download them back onto the system as well. Now, in this game market, there may be other games that you can download, but I didn't go through the whole list of what they had to offer. Going further down the list, you can see background music on or off, parameter for developer, don't know what that is, language, self-explanatory, clear latest list, then Wi-Fi self-explanatory, and then we get down to expert mode parameters. These are just generic settings for free play and what exit button you're going to use, clear coins. Didn't really change those at all. Going down to game setup, this is where you may actually need to adjust some game settings. In here, you can go and adjust your difficulty and lives for each game, or at least the games that they allow you to do so. Some of them you cannot change. But as you can see in this example, Galaga only had 2 lives. So I wanted to change it to 3. You just find the game, hit the B button, and it will change it to 3 lives, and you can also change the difficulty. I did want to check another controller, so I plugged in a 8-bit-do USB controller, and works great with this system. Back to the games list, if you want to scroll to types, latest, or search, make sure you're at the top of the menu and then use the right or left. It won't work otherwise. Taking a look at the games list, we have over 4,000 FBA games, over 1,000 MAME, about 57 PSP games, and then 13 Dreamcast games. Take a look at a couple of these here. Crazy Taxi, Virtua Striker. Let's take a look at Power Stone and see how that runs. Usually when they put games on a Pandora's box, they usually run well, and you'll find that the Dreamcast is no problem for this unit. But although the games run well, Pandora's boxes aren't known for their attention to detail and accuracy for emulation, and I'll get to that in just a bit and show you some examples. Okay, when you exit a game, you hit the pause button, and then you have the option to resume, exit, load, or save. So you do have basic save states functionality. Okay, let's use the search menu and see if we can find some Nintendo games. How about Donkey Kong? That's a negative. I didn't find any Nintendo games on this unit. Alright, so let's take a look at a game that you would think there aren't any problems, Galaga. But right out of the gate, you're going to notice that I can't switch this to vertical mode. It is in 4.3, and that is problematic. Now, I thought I tried everything, but if somebody knows why I'm not getting vertical mode or can get vertical mode, please let me know, because this is very bothersome. Now, on top of this is Wait for Me to Die, and let's see if I get the bang sound. Nope, no bang sound. It's missing the bang sample wave. So don't expect any MAME games that require sample wave files to have complete or correct audio. This machine has tons of great vertical scrolling shooters, and it's just so disappointing that I can't get it into the right aspect ratio. There are tons of Toplin shooters that I would love to play on this machine, but it's just kind of bothersome to look at it like this. Okay, so over 5,000 games, but do we really have over 5,000 games? Well, as you can see, a simple game like Sunset Riders has about 10 variations. I only need 2-player and 4-player. But I did want to check 4-player compatibility, where I got 2 other controllers, plugged them into the USBs, and just wanted to see how that would work. And it was actually plug and play. Just start right up. Obviously, in Sunset Riders, you have to hit the A button to join the game. But it worked great. Moving on, of course, let's take a look at Street Fighter games. There are a ton, but I was in for a surprise when I clicked on the first Street Fighter game I tried, which was Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting. When I first played it, I thought something was a little weird, and then I realized it's like a rainbow hack, as you'll see how fast and some of the moves are not like the original hyper fighting that you'd be used to on your normal arcade MAME ROM. Let's have a quick watch here. Okay, before I give you my final thoughts, let me tell you how to get this thing. Just go to Google, type in Pandora's Box 3D Forest Portable, and you'll find a bunch of different things come up, but you will see this one. It looks like it's around $200 or so from AliExpress. And if you click on a link to get more information, well, there you go. Good luck with that. So what do I think of this unit? Well, I think it's pretty awesome that it's portable and can be really good on a trip or going somewhere out. The batteries seem to last over 4 hours if you're playing, so that's a good amount of time. And there's a ton of games on them, and if you don't mind the little trivial things that I've showed you, then this could be a great unit for you. Hey, thanks for watching The Rexer Show.